The Ninja BN301 Nutri-Blender Plus has been popular for a while now, and it's easy to see why people are interested. It's quick, space-friendly, and best suited for single servings. So whether you're rushing out the door in the morning or just want something easy to clean up, this one could be what you're looking for. But we know different people may have different needs, and the way you use a blender might be completely different from someone else. That's why we decided to test it ourselves, and now we're sharing the results with you. I'm Tina, and welcome back to our Shouldit Blender Series. Okay, testing coming up next. But first, if you want a quick breakdown of how we do this, check out our explainer how Shouldit test personal blenders, which will make the rest of this video easier to follow. And now, test 1, the protein shake. And for this protein shake test, we toss in protein powder, oat, almonds, dried blueberries, and milk. Then we blend until the oat fully breaks down and the shake turns smooth. And as you can see, when we turn it on, the blending action looks smooth and consistent right away. The ingredients started circulating from the bottom up without getting stuck. The sound stayed even the whole time, which usually means the motor isn't under too much stress. It didn't spike or slow down even during the thicker stage at the beginning. You do have to press and hold the cup while it runs, and some people may find that slightly inconvenient, but it was over pretty quickly, just about a minute and 10 seconds. And for the result, it wasn't silky smooth. A few small chunks remained. However, it was still enjoyable to drink. If you prefer a smoother finish, blending a little longer should fix that easily. Overall, the performance here is perfectly acceptable for everyday use. Protein shake, 8.7 out of 10. Next, we move on to a frozen fruit smoothie. We use a mix of frozen blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, and mango, along with honey, yogurt, and milk. Then we blend until it's smooth and creamy. Actually, this taste isn't as simple as it looks. Frozen fruit is dense and icy. It also melts fast. If the blender is quick or slow, you can end up with a runny smoothie or one that still has icy chunks. But luckily, our Ninja BN301 got the strength for this job. Its blade pulled the fruit down and crushed them really well. It also didn't take much effort in doing so. Still, we did have to stir once in a while and shake the cup to free a few pieces. But to be honest, it shouldn't be a deal killer, at least for us. So with a little help along the way, the smoothie came out silky smooth in about 1 minute and 10 seconds. That's very fast compared to many blenders in this category. And the consistency is what we like most. The whole thing tasted super cold, super refreshing, and honestly really satisfying. So for a frosty smoothie that's quick and easy, the Ninja BN301 has you covered. Frozen fruit smoothie, 9 out of 10. Before continuing with the rest of the review, we would like to be clear that this isn't a paid promotion. Every personal blender we test is self-funded to ensure unbiased evaluations and honest ratings. If you find this video helpful, a like and subscribe would be a huge support. Now we're on to the Fibrous greens test by running kale, spinach, and celery with water for 20 seconds. And right from the start, you could see the leaves getting drawn in by the blades and pulled downward instead of just floating at the top. Besides that, the motion looked controlled and steady. And just as important, the Ninja BN301 didn't wobble on the counter. It felt solid and balanced the entire time. At the end of the run, we poured the mixture through a mesh strainer to really see how fine the blend was. And yes, there was still a considerable amount of coarse puff left behind. You could clearly see some of the tougher fibers especially from the celery and kale stems, but considering we only allow 20 seconds, this isn't surprising. So it's fair to say that with a bit more blending, the texture would likely improve a lot. And if you care about quality, that extra weight is completely reasonable. Fibrous greens, 7 out of 10. Last up is the ice crushing test. We fill the cup with ice only and let it run until the ice is smooth. And at the beginning, you can see the cubes moving quickly toward the blades instead of just bouncing around the sides. That is important. Some blenders just spin and toss the ice without actually cutting into it. Here, you can tell the blades are actively shelving the ice down. The loud cracking sound in the first few seconds faded as the pieces become smaller and more uniform. Still, because it's solid ice with no liquid, we did have to give the cup a few light shakes to have redistribute the pieces. That's pretty normal for this kind of test. So after only a short run, roughly 6 ounces of ice turns into a fluffy, powdery texture. It almost looks like fresh now. It's evenly crushed, light, and consistent. For something in this price range, that's a strong result and honestly one of its highlights. Ice crushing test, 10 out of 10. So taking all 4 tests into account, the Ninja BN301 Personal Blender achieved an overall performance rating of 8.7 out of 10. Overall, the Ninja BN301 Nutri-Blender Plus stands out as a well-rounded, high-performing personal blender. You can absolutely count on it to bring big blender performance to a compact space. It's built to turn a wide range of ingredients into a smooth, satisfying drink with minimal fuss. It also looks and feels well constructed. While hands-free blending isn't available and thicker mixes sometimes require a bit of interaction, the end result speaks for itself. The extra cups and spout lids make it even more convenient, whether at home or on the go. So if you're seeking a heavy-duty personal blender that isn't limited by its size, the Ninja BN301 is perfect. That's it for our review of the Ninja BN301 Nutri-Blender Plus. You can find more details through the link in the description or explore other options in our Shouldit Blender Series. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you catch our upcoming reviews. Thanks for watching Shouldit, and see you in the next video. Bye!